Good afternoon. Today I'm doing the Joshua's Trust Properties of Columbia, and I'm starting with Potter Meadows. Let's check it out. Starting off with a pretty steep downhill, and this is actually the floodplain of the Columbia Business Park. The property was donated in 1988 to Joshua's Trust by White Hill Properties and is 34 acres. A short trail offshoot brings you to the winding 10-mile river. And here are the remains of what I think is a stone bridge that was washed out in the hurricane of 1938. The land was originally owned by the Buckinghams, who were conservators of the Indian chief Uncas, who is the father of the Joshua in Joshua's Trust. Here we have a bunch of deer tracks to their watering hole. After the Buckinghams, it was owned by the Potter family, who used it mainly as pasture land before eventually becoming part of Joshua's Trust. So from here, we hit the Willimantic River. And if we could just get a little bit closer to it, we should be able to see the Airline Trail's new bridge across it. There you can see the new airline bridge. You've got some other kind of footprints here. Can't quite make out what they are. Second Joshua's Trust property in Columbia is the Goldberg Parcel, which is 3.6 acres where Route 6 meets Route 66. It was donated by Franny Goldberg, and wow, it's located along the south shore of the Hop River, and I believe it could be used for fishing, but I chose to do a flyover instead. The third Joshua's Trust property in Columbia is the Utley Hill Preserve. Joshua's Trust partnered with the town of Columbia, who owns an additional 115 acres that surrounds the existing Utley Hill Preserve. The property was donated to Joshua's Trust by George and Patricia Becker in 1978. Dr. Becker was a trustee of Joshua's Trust, and Patricia was a member of the Columbia Conservation. Behind me is the remains of one of the dams along the stream here, and what I believe are called orange peel turbines. I believe these were used to power a up and down shingle mill and later a grist mill. You can even see the wood axle that would have once turned it. I could be wrong, but I believe these blocky kind of rocks are known as Canterbury gneiss. We reach the turnaround point of the White Loop Trail. We can carry on the red extension to these views of the marsh. Courtesy of Chris. Nice work, Chris. As you can see from the dam and mill sites, industry was pretty... Blue connector trail. Should I take it? I'm pretty far out on that blue trail, and I think it's the farthest away from roads and people that you can get in the Utley Hill Preserve. No one around. And as I was saying, industry was popular in the area, and there are several sites, including the Columbia Lake, which was created for the American Thread Company. There was a hat factory to the north of here that operated before the Civil War, and several sawmills and grist mills up and down the waters here. Considering that it's already 6 o'clock and I still got a couple more miles of trails to do, let's pick up the pace. Coming around the White Trail, we reached the Yellow Connector. So handy for them to have maps everywhere. One more jump for me. Bye. So that concludes the Utley Hill Preserve. Let's see, I think the only thing I forgot that I wanted to say was that there are 4 miles of trails. That does it for the Joshua's Trust properties of Columbia. See you next time.